Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Good. Well, thank you very much for inviting us. And my name is Mengistu Hika. I go by Hika because that's easier to pronounce, and everybody have hard time to pronounce my name. So I go by Hika. Yes, you can call me Hika. And I I have two guests with me. My brother-in-law, his name is Gutama, and then my daughter, her name is Antu. Antu Mangistu. We don't share the same last name, but so yeah. Thank you very much. My background is we're Adventist, and I am, I think, a third generation Adventist. My grandma, my parents, and I saw myself in Adventist school, Adventist church, as well as I went to Adventist boarding school as well, from grade 1 all the way to high school. And I decided to come to Loma Linda also to do my graduate school in Adventist school as well, where my daughter is also graduating from Loma Linda next week. So we're Adventist family. Just, it doesn't surprise me, or it's easy for me to get to know you. Just, I'm not outsider, just an Adventist. So that's who I am, and I'm here. Thank you for inviting me, Pastor, to come and speak to you, and thank you guys also for accepting us to speak to you. And the presentation I'm going to do is familiar to my brother Evan. He went there before I went that school, so maybe he can even share more than I do, because when the school started, he knows what that school looks like. Basically, that school was started in 1968, just maybe a few years before Evan and his father's family went there. And it was started also by an American, Dr. Kuhn, and he was the very first person who established that school. And few of his students are still here in the United States as well. And this is basically the Adventist church school. And Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy. Wallaggaaa is the area, the region, and we call the place where it's called Dongoro. So the school had actually a lot of reputation for a long time, and unfortunately some of the management and didn't go well. And something that the pastor was mentioning earlier about communism, about socialism, and when Ethiopia was under communism for a while, and when the communists actually came on power, and I think that was the time when Ivan and his father were also left the country, exactly, and then everything was nationalized, became, one of. Did I do wrong something? Okay. Some of the like one of the hospitals, especially. Am I close to the mic? Okay. Is that okay now? Yeah. One of we call it the best hospital we know, and Adventists owned the hospital, was even taken away by the socialism government, and they didn't give us back, and we call it a Florida Adventist hospital. So that was a time when they left, and since then we didn't have any Americans become a principal, or very few. Rarely we had visitors, missionaries who just come and visit, but not stay there to help or continue the legacy of Adventism in that neighborhood, in that community. So there was a disconnect, and since then, I went to this place just a few months ago, back in February this year, and to visit the school, because here in diaspora, we call ourselves in diaspora. The Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy Alumni Association organized ourselves as alumni here in the United States, as well as also in Europe, in Australia, elsewhere. So that's why we call Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy Diaspora Alumni Association.
I was told that if you don't mind moving closer to the pulpit, Ryan, where do you want that? Because they want to do a recording.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Is that okay?
I was trying to get away from the mic so that we do. Okay, thank you. So we organized ourselves as alumni to rebuild this school, to make sure, to bring back, we don't want to lose the Adventist missionary, Adventist mission and team to get lost from that area. So we organized ourselves to rebuild the school and do fundraising every year. So when we decided to do that, we recruited students. And I was talking to Evan earlier. Wallaggaaa Academy was one of the top schools who actually passed 99% of the national exam sitting students for the first time last year, when the national level, the Ethiopian high schools only passed 8% of the students who sat for national exam. But Wallaggaaa Academy passed 99% of them. Actually, one student didn't pass. So this is the outcome of what the Wallaggaaa Academy Alumni Association doing. Yes.
Alumni is what you're saying, and just so everybody understands that you're an alumni of there, so the Alumni Association is what it's talking about.
Exactly. We created alumni here, and we do fundraise and give a scholarship for the students in the area. So that way we can continue the legacy of that school and the mission Adventist churches and schools. So that's why I went there. What are we doing? Is what we do, send the money, is that working or not? That's why I visited just a couple months ago, and this is a picture of me with the students whom we sponsor there. Currently, we have 58 students, only 58 students who are sponsored by us, but also they have a day students. These are a boarding school students. So the school have a boarding school and a day students. The day students are actually a lot, but there are few whom we sponsor in a boarding school. So, I don't want to read, but Wallaggaaa Academy has stood a beacon of academic excellency and character formation. Its mission remains strong, holistic, Christ-centered education that prepares students for service to God and humanity. And that's what we actually, continue to support in that community, because that has been faded for a long time, especially during the communist regime. And now to rebuild that actually requires more support. And that's what we do. So this is the plan. The school was founded in 1968, and from 2026 to 2030 is we want to revitalize the school, and the budget we are estimated is in dollar to make sure we can reform the school. So what are the challenges to do this? There are, the limitation of internet. The access that we enjoy here is not there for a student. They don't have enough computer. They don't have enough laboratories that actually they do computer lab or a science lab or any other either. There is a science gap, which they can have hands-on practices. And the living condition, the dormitories, that, this is this is actually the classroom. This is a classroom. This is actually one of the elementary school on the campus. So the dormitory is not actually conducive for students who live there. And the way I raise my own kids and what I provide at home should be there. What we wish to have here for our kids supposed to be there, because somebody's kids who actually really need care are also living there. So which is not really conducive. The campus wear, classroom and building need renovation after years of wear. And I'm sure I was talking with Evan, and it's been 50 or more years since that building was built. And if know-how is not there, how to maintain, how to build, how to remodel it, and then the building will, fall down, fall apart. So that's also not there. A good training, how to do that is not just there. It was disconnected. Funding up we actually plan 6 projects, how we can re-improve, revitalize the school. Sustainable donor support can convert approved plans into functioning projects. So we actually want to, we plan to have 6 different projects to make sure that this school can come back and sustain or stand by its 2 feet. So there are the projects which I'm talking, total becomes that much, but we have all the 6 different projects have their own budgets, like restore learning spaces, classroom, labs, ICT, which is a computer, computer system, Wi-Fi and essential infrastructure are not there, dormitory conditions, mattresses, dining and student services. We are planning to do 6 projects which we call dairy, poultry, beekeeping, bricks production, agriculture, and bakery are actually the projects that we're planning to do, so that way it can actually help the school support without outside donation or help. And so that actually can build self-reliance, revenue generating projects, reduce dependency on donation if we implement these projects. And these projects are, when we set up the budget, it looks like this. The project budget by initiatives. Dairy is about $59,000, poultry about $30,000, beekeeping about $2,000, close to $3,000, bricks about $22,000, agriculture $19,000, bakery $14,000. That's what each individual projects estimated will require to build. But we're not requesting all of this funded by one church or one person, unless we find somebody billionaire can do the whole thing. But anybody can do at least one of these projects. Whatever they want to do, we really appreciate, so that way we can maintain, we can rebuild the school. And if you see all of this, actually, I think the same number, both sides and on table. So that is what the income we need, or the budget we need to rebuild the school. Then we can also train them. Now, on top of this budget, basically what we really need is a missionaries, which has a great value to the community, who can teach, who can lead, manage, and how to handle all those projects, and build, maintain the facilities, and lead also by example. That is the know-how is also a challenge there. And I grew up there, but I don't think the way they do right now there, because I have a lot of exposure here, living in the United States and working here. The work ethics I have, the education I have, the exposure I have is different. But those people have no such exposure. And that's why really missionary will play a big role in this project, or changing the entire facilities, entire organization in Wallaggaaa Academy. So that way, once the good name that has been there can come back to its own. And then, so we share these funds, actually. That 147 is not the total we look, and we already proposed that not proposed. Actually, they already accepted. The WEC is West Ethiopian Conference, which is a Gimbi, which is a conference where the Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy reporting to. Gimbi is a conference in that region. That region, that the conference will take the $22,000 from that portion. And then the school itself, the school itself from the tuition they collect, they can also support 10% of that, which is about 15,000. Then the remaining 75%, which is about 111,000, is what we're looking for again. So if I break down into that level, so that is the campaign, the project we're doing at this point. And we do the fundraising every year. The Wallaggaaa Academy Alumni Association does fundraising every year. And then every year what we do is actually to put the students into that school. From that fund, the school actually be able to do a funding of 15,000. The 10% is something that we actually give them, put the students into dormitories. From that income, they actually share to contribute to the project. So that is what we're doing. And your gift is not only a budget line, it becomes a desk, a laboratory, a meal, a dormitory bed, a teacher, and a future open for a student. That is what our mission is, and to make sure, the Adventist church, Adventist mission, Adventist all holistic students can be trained in that facility, so we can continue the growth of community in that area, and as an Adventist, and we would want to lose that image, and that's why we're committed as alumni here to make sure that image is not lost from the area. And Adventists actually had done a lot in the area, schools, churches. Even where I went elementary school is Adventist school, which I was talking to him, but he was mentioning another school, another church, which is Dalati, where my father-in-laws used to live. And then I'm also across to that area, which is actually both of them are Adventist school back then, but not anymore. Now it's all of them are actually nationalized, converted to public school. So that means actually the Adventism fade away from its own mission. So this is the only remaining school in the area, as well as also the boarding school. It is also the only boarding school in the entire Wallaggaaa region in western Ethiopia. So that is what we're doing, and so this is call to action, and contribute toward the 11,000, bring classmates, churches, business, and family into this mission, support transparent reporting, project milestone, and accountability. On this one, we were also discussing with Ivan earlier, once we do fund, how can we monitor? And that's why what we're doing as alumni, actually. We stepped in because of money, what we send is not directly go to the intended thing. So we actually direct monitoring to how many students? The students we have there, we know them by name, we know their information, we communicate, we talk to them. Nowadays, technology is at the fingertip. We can have a WhatsApp, a Telegram. They call us back. Now, if I sponsor one student, that student would call me, and it became a family. So we monitor everything, and also physically, we'll go there at least once a year, or different people will go and get the report to make sure that what we get is right. And also we have a meeting with the Western Conference as well as with the school. Every quarter we have a report, but every month we meet as an alumni association to follow up as well. So that was a challenge before, and now we actually resolve it. And not only that, we as alumni, we even help people, churches, people who want to build a church, send the money through us so that way we can actually send them, because we are a 501c3 registered non-profit organization as a Wallaggaaa Academy alumni as well. Our committee are much more equipped, trained. Most of them are medical doctors, retired medical doctors. I'm their secretary as well. So we really do due diligence when it comes to managing the fund we send. So that challenge has actually been stopped, and transparency is out there. So sustain, help Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy move from rescue to self-reliance through income project. Together, we can restore Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy legacy and build a self-sustaining future. And thank you to Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy alumni and friends for your continued commitment and quick response to urgent institutional needs. That is what we're doing. And again, this is few of my pictures with a student there. And thank you for considering this investment in Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy. Your support today shapes lives, strengthens education, and builds a self-sustaining future for generation. May God bless you too. And if you have any question, I will be happy to respond. And it's so short and brief. Thank you. Not a business. We do fundraise to put a student in a boarding school, and so that way the boarding school can continue to sustain. But the project we are proposing is actually to make sure that the school do not depend on a scholarship we do fundraise every year, because we cannot continue to do fundraising every year forever. So if we open those type of projects like, poultries, beekeeping, bricks, all those can generate income so that way the school can profit, can make money, and help their own business every day, and also support other students who do not have enough money. When I was there, not leave alone asking for money, but they actually sponsoring students who cannot be able to go to help themselves to go to school.
So is it the fundraising for, say, the bakery, for instance? Are they going to create a bakery to sell bakery products?
Yes.
And then the students run the bakery? Is that the idea?
Exactly. We hire people who have experience in doing the bakery there, and then sell it to the community, and also feed the students. Instead of buying from outside, we can feed the boarding students, as well as also we can sell it to the community. That income will support the school, not to be dependent. Yeah. Did I make a?
Yeah, so it sounds like you're going to hire some outside people, but then the students are going to be part of it too, or how does that work?
Yes. The students, we have a day students who actually want to pay their tuition. That can be the technical that the school administration can do, by the way, but we pay the students or others from outside hiring to do the job, and then with that, with the income we generate from that sale, and then we improve, remodel, build, expand the school facility, all those things, instead of doing a fundraising. Okay. So. That's right. Thank you. Thank you for, Any other, Pastor? Say it again. No, no. I mean, they don't have any of those projects at all, and they actually totally depend on what we do fundraise and collect tuition from the students. They have no other income, but those tuitions cannot actually maintain. Not even not more than the salary of the teachers. It cannot just rebuild or renovate the building, the old buildings, cannot buy computers, labs, and all those materials are actually needed. We put there the solar system. We put there, recently we built the library. We also added another training practices preparing for a national exam from alumni association on top of the scholarship we give to the students. So they totally depend on that one right now, but we want to change that. We want to change this type of help or assistance, so that way they can help themselves. They can stand by them.
Looking at creating self-sufficiency.
Exactly.
But to get there, you need funds to start it so that we can get there.
That's right. That's short.
So another maybe pretty hard question.
Yes.
Maybe you don't have it. That's all right. But do you have any idea how much income you can generate?
I mean,
I mean, do you know this? Do you just you think you can be profitable, or you know you can be profitable, or any ideas about how much you can generate?
oh, should we implement this project? Yes, we do. I mean, even when I was there, we had a brick factory, a brick production. With that brick production, the school sustained, even not just only sustained by itself, even supporting students from outside who doesn't have enough money to go to school, and we put them into boarding school. So from just only brick factory, but these are six different projects with the beekeeping, poultry, farming, all those bricks. Those are bakeries. Even if we implement just one to start with, just one project, it can actually help them to sustain. Yes. Yes. Yeah, they left yesterday, yeah. Exactly. Moti is part of our family, and when he came to United States in Loma Linda, we were the one who accepted him, and we were family. And I know his parents, his father, his mom, and everybody. And so, yeah, this is the project that he is the one who referred me to pastor here. So the same project, yes. Back then, yes. It doesn't run anymore. A lot of story. You can even help me answering. That was, the change in government. Moving people, as they left the country because of the change in the government, and also people who are a good stewardship in the area left the school, and nobody maintains, and then know-how is not there from those people. And we just want to bring people who can actually do this, who have expertise with this project. Should we start this project, we can actually bring back. So there are many reasons. Yes, maybe he's a good help.
So when we left, it was when communism basically took over. The government was thrown over. All of the schools, churches, hospitals were nationalized. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you said in this area, Wallaggaaa is the only one that has been given back to the church.
Exactly.
How many other schools have been given back to the church in Ethiopia?
There is one in Central, which we call Akaki Adventist School. There is one in South, Kwera Adventist School. Those are the three. And Gimbi, they have high school now, but that was not established back then. It wasn't there back then. Yeah, it was just established recently. But those three schools are the only one remain Adventist.
How many medical facilities? Because I know Gimbi Hospital is obviously Adventist now. How many other hospitals?
There is no Adventist hospital beside Gimbi. Yeah, Gimbi is the only Adventist hospital. Yeah, and we do need missionaries, nurses, doctors as well to Gimbi. By the way, I'm not just only organizing for the Wallaggaaa Academy, also doing the missionary to Gimbi who can actually go help them, treat them, expertise, specialties, who could do something, who could help, who could use the Gimbi Adventist Hospital and then help the community. So we are doing both together. So and should you need any, should you know anybody who wants to go, who wants to do this missionary, I will be happy to connect with the area leadership as well as also the community.
So currently, could you give a background of where Ethiopia is at now? Because
Oh,
you mentioned the conference, the West Ethiopia Conference headquarters is in Gimbi.
yes. Okay, let me
How many conferences are in Ethiopia?
let me tell you. I think you know when there was only one union in Ethiopia. Now there are two unions. The East Ethiopian Union and the West Ethiopian Union. Both report to the division, which is the East African Division, which is headquartered in Nairobi. So now we have two unions. They both are parallel, running parallel, not reporting to each other. They report to division. So Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy is geographically located in Wallaggaaa under Gimbi. Gimbi became a conference. The headquarters for union is in Nakamte. Do you know Nakamte? You pass when you go, yeah, Nakamte. That's where the union headquarters is. The West Ethiopian Union is in Nakamte. The West Ethiopian Conference is in Gimbi. So there are two unions, if I make sense. So with under West Ethiopian Union, there are two conferences, one in Jimma and one in Gimbi. And then the former Ethiopian Union remained in the same place, in the same office, but they became East Ethiopian Union, which has, I don't know, couple conferences, I'm not sure. So that's in Addis, and then one is in South, I believe. So, but the Western Ethiopian Union is the largest population, the largest Adventist in the area, in the country as well. If I make that clear, right? Any other question? I don't want to keep you long. Yes. And this is school about 800 students we have in Dongoro right now. The dorm students are 58 boarding. Huh? A lot of day students, yes. Yeah. They cannot afford to come to join the dorm boarding school. And we don't have even enough classrooms. Because of the reputation the school has, passing the national exam, everybody wants to come to the school. So we end up having more day students than boarding school because they cannot afford to join boarding school. And these are only the one we sponsor. There are a few, maybe one or two students who are sponsored by their own parents or some relatives who are at boarding school. From other places. We recruit from different places. But mainly we give incentive for students who are mission Adventists as well, actually. But we recruit from all over Wallaggaaa region. From East Wallaggaaa, from West, and there are about 4 zones in Wallaggaaa, so we recruit from all those places. I think they know about Wallaggaaa, that's why. Thank you, everyone, for helping me explain. Yes, any. That's right. That's right. Not the entire money, but at least one. Any of those 6 projects could be sponsored, and yeah. So the answer should not be today, but you know, I leave the PowerPoint project here with you, and you can review and see what text, and I'll be in the phone distance, and I can travel, I can come as well. Uh, Honestly, you know, we don't give hierarchy, but we give, we want to start with one we can be able to do. For example, bake, bricks. Bricks, for, yes. You know, it depends. We give each individual project, and from anybody who is interested to do one piece of project, that we can start with that one, whether it is poultry, or bricks, or bakery, or beekeeping, any of those, any of those. But you know, the budgets are different. You know, there are small ones from 3,000 all the way to 21,000. So all those 6 projects varies. We want to start from even a small one. We don't want to start from the big one. Anybody who can afford will be happy to accept it. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Almost 3. Yeah. Then basically we start. I mean, once we're waiting for the it is right away, because the project plan is from 2026 to 2030. We can successfully do these projects. So if we have a bee keeping, we can establish right away with that fund the beehives and a place where we can set up, and then a person who can manage, and we can follow up, and then we can go together as well to visit. Even once it is established, we can go visit where is my money goes, and we can facilitate those, honestly. So there is nothing we can wait for it. Yes. Like the West Ethiopian Conference, the one in Gimbi, the West Ethiopian Conference president is the board president of this school. The West Ethiopian Conference education director is the boss for Wallaggaaa Academy. So we work with them, and we give them money to those people, and they are the one who supervise, including the school principal and management. Actually, the money goes to the school, but the conference manage all these projects because they are the board is the one who leads the school. I'm sure that's how it works here, right? Too. The school have a board, and then the board president, maybe I don't know. For them, for Wallaggaaa Academy, the board president is by default the Western Ethiopia Adventist Conference president. So we work with them. We as alumni here, we actually make a meeting with the Wallaggaaa Academy administrator, principal, with the Western Wallaggaaa Adventist Conference president, and education director, and secretary, and treasurer. 4 of them attend on our meeting, the Western Conference. So they are overlooking the supervision of what's going on there. And we actually enforce them as well. We follow for the accountability, effectiveness, the reports every time. So it is not just only the school. It is actually including the conference, and here as alumni, as we actually campaigning for donation, we actually generate money, looking for a fundraise, and we take as it is our own money and follow up this process. Yes. did I make a, can I turn on the PowerPoint? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say it again. I'm sorry. I just want to go back and show you. No, no. We the alumni collect the donation. The Wallaggaaa Academy Diaspora Alumni Association, I'm the secretary of that organization. We have a treasurer here. We have a president, all fully licensed, registered as a non-profit organization in the United States. We give also a tax credit, a tax deductible every year, because if you send it to Wallaggaaa Space Academy, Dongoro, or Gimbi, you may not get a tax deductible either. But that's why we established ourselves here as a non-profit organization under the name of Wallaggaaa Academy Alumna, so that way we can give a receipt for you as a tax deductible, whether the church or individual donated to this. Exactly. Yes. It will be earmarked to what you want to donate. And then we actually provide you the tax deductible receipt. And we also give you a report.
Right now, the easiest way would be once the presentation's up, just take a picture on your phone to see where to send it.
Oh, okay. I don't think I put that one here. No, I can provide to you though. I didn't put that one. Yeah. Here is the project, with the name of the project and the amount. But I didn't put the where you can send the money, and I can provide you even right now before I leave. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. I can do that. I actually have it. Yeah. I can do it. I have it with me, but I didn't see that one, and that's a good point. Yes. Uh, yes. The the poultry the poultry is actually one of the things that goes very well. The bricks is going very well. I don't want to take your time, but in Ethiopia, Ethiopia is now, it looks like a newborn country, I can say, because everything is changed. They want to implement the buildings, everything is new. There is nothing that you cannot make money out of it. uh, Bricks, the people need, they build houses and buildings, just, you can't believe how that goes. And because there is what they call a corridor project, the government enforces them to rebuild, to break even the existing buildings that are not built in plan, and then to rebuild. So they need bricks, and everybody needs that. Poultry is a lot. Let me tell you, the Gimbi Adventist conference are actually, they have poultry, and if you see the lineup of the community who want to buy eggs and milk, you can't believe. The beekeeping and all those projects are actually lucrative. In Ethiopia nowadays, anything you can make money out of it. And so I don't know. They didn't even pick something that doesn't make here there, because these are needed in the area as well. Because it is far from Addis, and you cannot just bring all those products from Addis to Gimbi. So if it's not easy, yes. So if they find it in their own neighborhood, that's what it actually makes. And also give an opportunity, open job for the community in the area as well. Yeah, that's a lot. I send it to the church email, the information. The email where we can zeal it, and then a telephone number you can zeal it to as well. That goes to our treasurer who is in Florida, Dr. Isaias, and that's as a guy who knows you as well as you as a child. And he's a retired medical doctor. He always on top of this. He will send everything, send out. He always give us a report, unlike me who does another job. And he is a retired person who actually does this everything. So we cannot miss anybody's penny and not getting a response to it. Yes. Do I promise that the Wallaggaaa Adventist Academy have a good functioning website? No. And there is a lot of interruption with the network, technology people, a computer itself. So they establish a little, website that is functional some days, that is not functional another day. Unless we develop the website here and maybe do it. I don't want to give you something that I cannot just make sure it is there. I don't want to give a promise. So yeah, I know one student who is technology savvy, he will be graduating this year. Once he's gone, there is nobody who is going to maintain either. The school doesn't have a good IT department who actually make the website live and update every day as well. So not even the Wallaggaaa Academy, even the conference, even the union, the technology what we see here in our fingertip or in our home is not the same as it's not the same there. So I don't want to say yes, and then sometimes where is it? I didn't find it, and then my bad, I cannot say that. So I that's not okay. Yes.
Do you need anything else other than funds? Do you need any logistical support? Do you think the school will benefit from, let's say, a week of prayer or a vacation Bible school or any of these spiritual projects?
Yes. Earlier, I don't know if I think I tried to mention about missionaries. And I want to organize, when we send, I was in Loma Linda, by the way, and I lived in Loma Linda. I was part of the church who actually goes to Gimbi, been giving information, even prepared Ethiopian food and fed them when they went to Ethiopia. What they do is, some are doctors and nurses who goes to Gimbi. Some of them are missionaries who actually preach. And I was also one of, anybody knows about the Quiet Hour ministry? And I was part of the Quiet Hour ministry once, and I traveled with them. And I've been helping them interpret from to Amharic language. And some of them are actually teaching medical health education. Some of them are pastors. Some of them teach Bible. Some of them giving medical treatment where the hospitals or healthcare centers are founded. So when we go to Gimbi, we really just don't want to go for one purpose only. We want to do multi-purpose. People who can actually do the operation specialties. We want to bring a specialty who we don't have there. It could be ophthalmologist. We could be, for any other challenge, a gynecologist who could do many things, and then also nurses, and also teachers who could teach, also pastors or preachers who can actually preach the area. So we can go there, and also who can build the school, maintain, teach them how to maintain, remodel the buildings. All these are the missionary we want to take along is not just only for a single purpose only, multi-facility or multi-purpose, so that way we can do. And I'm also part of that. We are organizing the team to do that mission. That's what Alicia, Moti's wife, and we've been talking for a few months now, where Alicia can also go there, become, she, yeah, she could do. That's what her wish when she was in school in Loma Linda, and she still want to do that. And of course, they are part of this. So we're not actually looking just only for fund only, but we're also missionaries. Also not only missionaries, we want to have a long-term missionaries. We want to be a principal for the school, especially Wallaggaaa Academy. We really need Faranji, you know what Faranji. Yeah, we need Faranji to be a missionary, a principal in there, or a maintaining construction person who actually change, teach the people. So, oh yes, sorry, faster.
I know that I'm involved with projects, in that part of the world, even really with pastors. They may have districts, but they have no transportation. So we have been involved in raising funds because they will buy transit, bicycles, and all of that. So I'm just listening to it's wide. The work is wide. There are just so many things that need to be done. This school is one, but goodness, I'm just not really amazed. I'm not. The enemy comes in and seeks to distract and cause all kinds of problems. But there are people that are really involved in helping and that part of it. And we've done that. We've helped pastors, children in hospitals, but with no medical. So we've come together. I belong to like a couple of prayer lines, and so we've done that. I don't know if you know the Joneses, Dolores Jones, work in that part, and actually has, surrogate children. So that's how we've been working through them to supply the need of people in part of the world.
Yeah, good point. There is no perfect place. We have challenges everywhere, even here. I lived here more than I lived in Ethiopia, and we have many challenges as well. Yes, I believe, I agree with you. There are challenges can come, and I went there, especially the logistic. Now the Adventist in Gimbi, the conference, the union in Nekamt, are actually providing the logistic. Even for me, for the native guy who knows the area, they send me a vehicle to Addis, and it's about 400 something kilometers away from Gimbi. They came and picked me up and took me and provided me a place where to stay and fed me and took me to Dongoro. That one I can say yes. There is there is somebody also who is a division person who worked from Gimbi. He could actually arrange all those. And the unions, that one I can say 100% yes, the logistics and feeding, everything will be provided. Safety, it can happen anywhere. So that's another question. But in Gimbi or all those, now there is also a plane flight from Addis to Nakamt. The only travel is from Nakamt to Gimbi, which is an hour and a half, an hour and a half drive. Better than Addis. And the road is actually, even from Nakamt to Gimbi, is perfect now than from Nakamt to Addis. Yeah. So there is airplane now. Local. This is developed after I left. Honestly, and now there is big change. So, but I cannot promise that it is a perfect place. It's nowhere. I don't know if I said. I went there in January, came back in end of March. This year, yeah. Just a couple months ago since I came back. Yeah.
Well, any more questions? Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
What's the language? It's Ethiopian language? What is it? Or do they speak Swahili or what?
No, Amharic is mostly the central, but the northern. But this place is Oromo, the Oromo language. We call it Oromo.
So if you go there, we need an interpreter.
Of course, you need an interpreter, but a lot of people speak English nowadays.
In the school, what language is taught? People are taught in Oromo language?
In Oromo language, of course, in Oromo language they speak Amharic, but widely spoken in Oromo. And then there are English-speaking people. It's an official language, yes. Official language.
So all of the local people speak their local language, which is Oromo in this area. They also have to learn Amharic because that's the national language. But they're taught English from, I think, grades 3, I believe.
Yes, used to be, but now it's a subject, yeah.
So they pretty much go anywhere that English is where they've been going to school.
Yeah. Nowadays there are a lot of, thanks to technology, people speak English nowadays. Sometimes some of them I don't even differentiate them from the domestic accent here, except unless mine. Yeah.
Any more questions? Well, thank you so very much for traveling and coming and sharing this wonderful news with us. I think many times when I talk to other people that are non-denominational, they have one church, like Grace Church in Kelseyville. It's the largest church, but they are one non-denominational church. That's it. They don't have much connection with anybody else. And I tell them, well, I'm a Seventh Adventist. We have the church international. In a sense, but it's a reality. The Seventh Adventist Church is an international church. You go anywhere, you'll find Adventists, and no for home, you go to the apartments. So, shall we close? Evan, would you close us in a prayer?
My Father in heaven, we're so thankful that you were here amongst us. This is your church. We leave it in your hands. We've been given opportunities to help in so many ways, and we've just been presenting unblessed. Dear Lord, thank you for watching over your church. Please continue to guide and direct each person here.
Amen. Thank you very much again. Thank you.
Thank you for
Sure.
visiting with us.
Thank you.
And, bringing your family with us.
Sure. I'll give back this one. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you again.